व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं कस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते। गतकक्ष्यायां संज्ञाप्रकरणस्य चिन्तयो पुनरावर्तनं चर्चायमानमासीत्, तदेव अनुवर्तयामः. Let's continue with what we were doing last class, which was we were trying to see what were the samyas which we actually studied in the what are all the samyas and what is the samya vidhayaka sutra and what is the samya, right? I think we were in Tulyasya Prayatam Savarana, right? Can you hear me loud enough?
Yeah, I think if you can come little bit closer to the microphone, that would help. It has improved little bit now.
Okay. I'll try.
Yeah, now this is better actually.
Okay. So we are doing the exercises with Samya Prakaranam. Okay, thanks. So let's just continue with the exercise. Does anybody want to volunteer for the next Samyas? You just do a quick exercise and try to finish it quickly. What are the others? Anybody would like to volunteer?
Most of them are on mute, so do you want to unmute the class participants?
Hands. No, they'll raise their hands if
okay.
want. They're used to it. So.
Okay, sorry.
So, somebody? No, it's fine.
If you can be a bit louder, that will be better, or closer to the mic. If you be a bit closer to the mic, a bit louder, that will be better.
I'm as close to the mic as is possible, and I don't know why it's an audio problem. This is how I usually operate. Maybe there is a problem today. Hopefully it will improve as it goes on. So Hiranalji, can you tell about the next samya?
It's okay.
What are the next samyas? Hello, Hiranalji.
Pardon?
Samya. Can you tell me which is the next samya?
Vriddhi.
Hello. Vriddhi. Oh, okay. Yeah. What is the samya vidhayaka sutra?
Samgin is A-I-O-I-O. That is Sangeet.
No, Vriddhi is not. No. Vriddhi is what? It is not A-O-I-O. Vriddhi Radhaich. A-I and O.
Yeah. Radhaich.
I and O.
Okay,
so Vriddhi iti agrima samya. Vriddhi Radhaich iti samya vidhayakam sutram. Akara, Aikara, Ukaraha, samya.
Yeah.
Agrima samya. The next samya. Which is the next samya?
Guna. Adeng guna.
Samni.
And eng, A and O. These are guna.
Akara, Ekara, Okaraha. Correct, exactly. So, gunaha iti samya. Adeng gunaha iti samya vidhayakam sutram. Akara, Ekara, Okaraha, samya. Thank you, Hiralaji. Somebody else, please volunteer. The next samnyas. Pratik.
नमस्ते महोदय. हरि ओम्.
भवान् वक्तुं शक्नोति? हरि ओम्.
अहम् इदमिदानीमेव वर्गं प्रविष्टवान्. किं प्रचलति इति कृपया वदति चेत् वरम्.
तदेव गतकक्षायां यदासीत् संज्ञानां पुनरावृत्तिः. ताः संज्ञाः अधीताः. इदानीं वृद्धि गुणसंज्ञापर्यन्तम् आगताः. गुणसंज्ञानन्तरं तदनन्तरं का संज्ञा विहिता?
गुणसंज्ञा. अय्यो. गुण. न अहं सूत्रं तत् न प्राप्नोमि यावत्पर्यन्तं कृतमस्ति. अदेङ्गुणः इति वा?
अदेङ्गुणः इति जातम् अग्रे.
तर्हि भूवादयो धातवः इति. तत्र धातवः के इति नाम भूवादयः इति धातवः इति उक्तमस्ति. तर्हि भवादयः इति संज्ञासूत्र नाम संज्ञा एवं वा?
धातुः इति संज्ञा. धातुः इति संज्ञा
एवं.
भूवादयो धातवः इति विधायकं सूत्रम्.
संज्ञी अस्ति भ्वादयः.
क्रियावाचिनः भ्वादयः इति संज्ञा.
क्रियावाचिनः भ्वादयः.
वादिगणे
अस्तु. अग्रे प्रागीश्वरान् निपाताः.
अधिकारः निपातः इति संज्ञा.
न एतत् मम
केषां स्पष्टमस्ति वा?
एतत् किञ्चित् मया नाम एतत् स्खलितं मया नाम तत् अहं तस्मिन् वर्गे नासं. पठनीयमस्ति मया अद्यापि. क्षम्यताम्.
चिन्ता नास्ति. Anybody else wants to volunteer? Nipata samya. Hari Om.
जी.
भवतः you raised your hand.
या उच्चैरुदात्तः इति सूत्रं भवति. तत्र उदात्तः इति संज्ञा भवति किल?
उदात्तः तत् जातं गतकक्ष्यायामेव जातम्. उदात्तानुदात्तस्वरितानां विषये गतकक्ष्यायाम् अधीतम्.
उदात्तः इति संज्ञा भवति किल?
सत्यम्. उदात्त you are asking about उदात्तः इति संज्ञा. Can you tell about the nipata samya?
जी.
निपात संज्ञा विषये.
उदात्तः
इति संज्ञा. निपातः इति संज्ञा विषये.
आमाम्.
निपातः इति संज्ञा केन सूत्रेण?
निपातः इदानीं तु न स्मरामि.
चिन्ता नास्ति. दृष्ट्वा अथवा पुस्तकमस्ति चेत् दृष्ट्वा.
क्षम्यतां जी.
चिन्ता नास्ति. प्राग्रीश्वरान् निपाताः इति निपातसंज्ञाविधायकं सूत्रम्. निपाताः इति संज्ञा. निपातः इति संज्ञा. प्राग्रीश्वरान् निपाताः इति संज्ञाविधायकं सूत्रम्. किन्तु तस्मिन् सूत्रे कोऽपि संज्ञी न निर्दिष्टः. That sutra does not give us any samni. It just says everything that comes in that adhikara from this sutra till adhitishvare will be called nipata. So the samni will be adhima sutraihi uktam sarvamapi samni bhavati. Okay. So, next, somebody. Lalita.
प्रादयः संज्ञा इस् निपाताः. विधायकं सूत्रं प्रादयः.
संज्ञी
इस् Pro adi.
प्रादयः तदेव प्रादिगणे ये शब्दाः पठिताः ते एव संज्ञिनः
Soumya ji.
अद्रव्यार्थाः प्रादयः
Where does the chadayah come?
as in
The chadayah, that list of cha adi you gave in one sutra.
it can be seen in the Ganapatha.
Okay. That is not
The
a sargi.
Ganapatha is there. Sadayosatva is also gives Nipata Samya. Nipataha iti Samya. Sadayosatva iti Vidhayakam Sutram. Samyinaha bhavanti adravya.
I'm not able to hear you. I'm not able to hear you.
Yeah, even
Pradayah. And other is Pradayah. And Pradayah is Nipanya Suto Shabdas which are in the Pradika.
Madam, I could not hear you.
Hello?
I could not hear you for some time. Hello? Hello? Soumya ji, I could not hear you for some time. Still not able to hear you.
Lalita ji, we can hear you, but looks like there is some problem at Soumya ji's end.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Soumya ji. Hello, Shilpa ji.
Hello.
Is Soumya ji with you? Because we can't hear her voice. Would you know?
Even I am unable to hear her.
Okay. So let's wait till she joins back.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for her to come back.
Yeah.
Agre. Next. Yeah. This is the next Samya. Priya.
Oh, me. Oh, sorry. Next one, Gatischa. Gatis. So, Gati is the Sanya. Gatischa is the. I didn't quite catch the sutra that.
Vidhayakam Sutram.
Vidhayaka Sutram. Okay. And Upasargas are Sanyi.
Again, Pradayah.
Oh, Pradayah, sorry.
If the Prati is there.
Okay.
So, Gatihi iti Samya, Gatischa iti Samya Vidhayakam Sutram, Pradayah Samyinah. Right?
So if you define the pradayis as upasarga, then you cannot call upasarga as sanyi in this case. Still it is pradayah only.
Still the Pradis which are getting the Gati Samya.
Sanyi, okay.
Okay, thanks Priya. Next please. Sunila. Hello, Sunila. I think her microphone is not working. Sheila. Hello. Okay. Yulia has a question. She is asking if the samni can be prefixes starting from pra. That is what I mean. This pradayah is the shabdas which are starting from pra. So they are the samnis.
Am I next?
Anybody else?
Am I next, Soumya ji? Soumya ji?
Yeah, who is this?
Vasu.
Hello.
Vasu.
Please tell. Ha, tell.
Nabheti vibhasha. Sutram 144. Sangya is vibhasha sangya. Sanghi na va.
Nishedha and vikalpa. They are called samya.
Nishedha and vikalpa.
Vibhasha iti samya sutram. Vibhasha iti samya. Naveti vibhasha iti samya sutram. Nishedha vikalpaha iti samyinaha. Next, please. Vasu.
Swam rupam shabdasya shabdasamya.
This is not a samya sutra, basically. It does not define any samya. It just tells that in the Vyakarana Shastra, you use only the shabda and not the meaning. So it is not defining any samya, right? So it is not a samya sutra. Next, which is the next one?
Next one, I didn't print this one. I can look it up in the book.
The next Samya Sutra would be Vyoma-samskrta-pathasala.
It's Avasana Sangya, right?
Correct. Avasanam iti Samya.
And Virama is the Sanghi.
Viramaha iti Samyi, Viramo-avasanam iti Samya Sutra. Correct. Thanks. Next, please. The next are all very easy Samyas. Rahul? Hello? Rahul? No microphone? Does anybody else want to volunteer? Kalivaradanji?
पदेदि संज्ञा अस्ति सुबत्सुप्तिगन्तं पदम् इति भवति सुबन्धपदानि तिगन्तपदानि च पदसंज्ञार्थं भवति
सुबन्तं तिङन्तम् इति संज्ञिनः सुप्तिगन्तं पदम् इति संज्ञाविधायकं सूत्रम् and padam iti samya. Next one. Kalivaradanji. Bhavane Bhavan.
जी
Hello. Tell, which is the next? Agrima samya.
संहिता इति संज्ञा अस्ति क्या
Satyam. Samhita इत्यपि samya.
परसन्निकर्षं संहिता इति सूत्रं भवति तत्र वर्णानाम् अतिसहितः सन्निधिः इति उक्तमस्ति परन्तु अहं किञ्चित् तत्र क्लेशः भवति मम अवगमने
यदा वर्णानाम् उच्चारणे अत्यन्तं सामीप्यं भवति तस्यैव संहिता इति संज्ञा वर्णानाम् उच्चारणसमये इदानीं वकारम् उक्त्वा न इति मध्ये विरामः भवति चेत् सा न संहिता इति अपि इति if there is a space between the letters it is not called samhita samhita is where वर्णानां मध्ये उच्चारणसमये कालस्य व्यत्ययः न भवति
वर्णानां तत्र वर्णानां समूहः एव भवति किल
समूहः इति न सामीप्यं the closeness is called अवसानं
विना
Vyavadhanam vina. Vyavadhana is a space or a break.
अस्ति व्यवधानं विना अस्तु
व्यवधानं विना वर्णानां सामीप्यमेव संहिता इत्युच्यते.
धन्यवादः जी
Rahana?
Can Na Angelo be Sanya Sutra?
What? Sorry?
Na Angelo?
No, Najhalau is only a Nishedha to Tulyasya Prayatam Savarna. So it is not defining any Samya by itself. It is preventing Savarna Samya between Ach and Hal.
So we cannot say Ach na Halaka and then we cannot say that Sutra is it.
No, no, no. That is not a Samya.
Okay.
The next Samya is Sanyoga.
संयोगः संज्ञा हलो अन्तराः संयोगः
हलो अनन्तराः
हलो अनन्तराः संयोगः and then can you say अव्यवहिताः हलः
exactly अव्यवहिताः हलः इति संज्ञा.
That's sanyi, isn't it?
That is the samya, correct.
Good. Okay, thank you.
Can you also tell the next? We have just the last samyas left. Does anybody want to volunteer? Or still? Mohanaji, please continue.
Lagu. Hrasvam lagu. And Lagu is the sanya, Hrasvam Lagu is the Vidayata Sutram, and Sanyi is Lagu.
Samya is Hrasva. Laghu is the Samya. So Hrasvaha is the Samya.
Hrasvaha is the Sanyi, Lagu is the Sanya, and Hrasvam Lagu is the Vidayata Sutram. The next one is Hrasvam Samyoge Guruhu. Sorry.
Samyoge Guru.
Guru is the sutra and
Samyoge Guru is the sutra.
Yeah, Samyoge Guru is the sutra and Sanyi is Guru San.
No, Guruhu iti samya.
Guru is sanya. Samyoge Guru is the sutram and
the samya
is samyoga.
Hrasvaha sanyoge pare. Sanyoga paraha hrasvaha. A hrasva which is followed by a sanyoga is the samya. Right? So you are calling a hrasva as a guru when it is followed by a sanyoga.
Okay.
So the samya would be sanyoga paraha hrasvaha.
Okay, samyoga paraha hrasvaha. Similarly, dirgham cha is the sutram and guru is the sanya and dirgha
dirghaha iti samya.
Dirghaha sanyi.
Correct. Thanks. So that finishes all the samyas which are there in the Samya Prakaran. Only these which we discussed now are the Samya Sutras. Whatever else we have other sutras, like we have Purvatra Siddham or Anudit Savarnasya Chapratyaya. They are all not Samya Sutras. They tell something else other than directly defining the Samya. What all we discussed today is what tells the Samya exactly. It just defines the Samya. So these are the Samya Sutras. So maybe with this help you will be able to complete your homework properly. Right? Priya has a doubt. Yes,
Yes, Samyaji, I am following a different edition, not the Motilal Banarsidas that you had mentioned. And in my book, couple of these sutras which you had skipped, like this Yena Vidishkadantasya and one other, which you said are not the Samrupam Shabdasya, Shabdasya, Shabdasanya. Those are indicated as Sanya Sutra in this book.
Okay. Samrupam Shabdasya, Shabdasanya, well, they are more like Paribhasha because they are not directly telling any samya. Like as in when you say Vridhiradaish, you know that he is defining a samya called Vridhi. Right. But Samrupam Shabdasya is not that kind of a sutra. So it is not a samya sutra. It does not define any particular term which is used in the Paninian grammar. That is what I mean by it is not a samya sutra. When I say it is not a samya sutra, I mean it does not define any particular term of grammar, right? But it does tell you that in grammar, if there are samya sutras, you take their meaning, and if it is something else, you take the shabda and not the meaning.
Okay.
Right? So, Yena Vidishkadantasya again.
No, I was just saying in this book which I am using, all the sutras in the Sanya Prakaranam section are defined as Sanya sutras.
Exactly. So, but it is obvious that Anudit Savarnasya Pratyaya is again, it does not define a samya. So, Samrupam Shabdasya does not define a samya.
Okay.
So, I mean, you can call it samya from some vague point of view. You can still defend it being a samya sutra perhaps. But for our clarity's sake, I said they are not samyas.
Okay.
It does not define any particular term.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Vasuji, you have a question?
No, I kept my hand raised, I think. Sorry about that.
Okay. No problem. So, in Paribhasha Prakaranam gacchamaha. This is about the Samya Prakarana. As you go on, when you use the Samyas in some actual Vidhi Sutras, you will get more and more practice with it. But now let's move on to the second. One second, please.
Samyaji,
हाँ.
संज्ञा सूत्रं संज्ञे विषये भवत्याः टिप्पणी मध्ये के संज्ञाः सन्ति इति दातुं शक्यते वा?
हाँ, अहं ददामि. मया किमर्थं न दत्तम् इत्युक्ते भवद्भिः क्रियताम्. अहं दृष्ट्वा अनन्तरं ऐ विल् मेक् ओवर्व्यू.
अस्तु जि, धन्यवादः.
ददामि, अहं ददामि. इदानीं सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः इदानीं सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः द्वितीयं प्रकरणम् आरभ्यते परिभाषा प्रकरणम् इति. अस्माभिः पूर्वं यदा सूत्रप्रभेदाः अधीताः तदा दृष्टं सूत्रं षड्विधं भवति. संज्ञा च परिभाषा च विधिः नियम एव च अतिदेशोऽधिकारश्च षड्विधं सूत्रमुच्यते. षड्विधानि सूत्राणि सन्ति. प्रथमप्रकरणे प्राधान्येन संज्ञासूत्राणि अधीतानि. व्याकरणशास्त्रे याः संज्ञाः पाणिनिना उक्ताः ताः संज्ञाः अधीताः. संज्ञानामका संज्ञिनः के सूत्रं च किम् इति अधीतम्. इदानीं द्वितीयप्रकरणं भवति परिभाषा प्रकरणम्. मया पूर्वम् उक्तमासीत् शास्त्रे तु विधिसूत्रस्यैव प्राधान्यम्. यत्किमपि कार्यं शब्दानां विधेयं चेत् विधिसूत्रेणैव विधीयते. किन्तु विधिसूत्रस्य अर्थावगमनाय संज्ञासूत्राणां तथा परिभाषासूत्राणां ज्ञानम् आवश्यकम्. एतयोः ज्ञानं विना विधिसूत्रस्य ज्ञानं सर्वथा न भवति. उदाहरणार्थम् इको एणचि इति एकं सूत्रमस्ति. एण् सन्धि विधायकं सूत्रं भवति इको एणचि. एण् सन्धिः करणीयश्चेत् विधिसूत्रेणैव करणीयम्. The Vidhi Sutra is the one which is the most important. You cannot do anything having only the Samnya Sutras or the Paribhasha Sutras. But then, to actually understand a Vidhi Sutra and to apply the Vidhi Sutra, you need the Paribhasha Sutras. Iko yanachi iti sutram asti, Vidhi Sutram, Satyam. Kintu ik nama kaha, yan nama kaha, ach nama kaha iti jnatavyam chet pratyaharaha jnatavyaha. Pratyahara jnanatham itsamya jnanam apekshitam. Iko halantyam iti sutram apekshiyate, avirantena saheta iti sutram apekshiyate. Tena ik ityukte kim, yan ityukte kim, ach ityukte kim iti jnatam. Kintu इदानीमपि इको एनचि इति सूत्रस्य ज्ञानं पूर्णतया न जातं यतोहि इकः इति षष्ठी विभक्तिः श्रूयते, यण् इति प्रथमा विभक्तिः श्रूयते, अचि इति सप्तमी विभक्तिः श्रूयते. एतासां विभक्तीनां कः अर्थः? सप्तमी विभक्तेः उपयोगेन किमर्थं वयं जानीमः? षष्ठी विभक्तेः उपयोगः कदा क्रियते इत्यादि इतोपि शङ्काः तिष्ठन्ति. एवमेव आदेशः क्रियते चेत् कुत्र क्रियते? आदौ क्रियते वा, अन्त्ये क्रियते वा, तस्य स्थाने क्रियते वा इत्यादयः सन्देहाः उद्भवन्ति. Even by knowing the samyas, you cannot apply a Vidhi Sutra directly because you still do not know how to interpret a Vidhi Sutra. If there is Panini says ikaha yan achi, he is using Shashti Vibhakti on ik, he is using Prathama Vibhakti on yan, he is using Saptami Vibhakti on ach. So what do the Vibhaktis mean? What does ikaha mean? What does achi mean? What is the significance of using that particular Vibhakti? Is there a significance or can it be any order? Can it be ik plus ach or also be ach plus ik? Is a question you have. Similarly, when we do adeshas, you say replace. So do you replace the whole thing? Do you replace a part of it? Is another question which might arise. When you are doing an agama, you say add a particle. Do you add before it? Do you add after it? Or do you add it somewhere in middle? Again, you have these questions. All these questions arise when interpreting the sutras. So to answer these questions, Panini has given some sutras which are called the Paribhasha sutras. The Paribhashas are those which control the interpretation of the sutras. Aniyame niyamakarini Paribhasha. यत्र अनियमः नाम सन्देहः वर्तते एतद्वा तद्वा इति तत्र एतदेव भवेत् इति नियमः क्रियते परिभाषया. इदानीं परिभाषा प्रकरणे कानि सूत्राणि सन्ति इति पश्यामः. आदिमं सूत्रं भवति इको गुणवृद्धि. पदद्वयम् इकः गुणवृद्धि इति पदद्वयम् अस्ति. पश्यामः. इकः गुणवृद्धि इति पदद्वयं विद्यते. अत्र वृद्धिरादेश इदं पश्यन्तु. प्रथमाध्यायस्य प्रथमपादस्य तृतीयं सूत्रं भवति इको गुणवृद्धि. अष्टाध्याय्याः आरम्भः वृद्धिरादैच् अदेङ्गुणः इको गुणवृद्धि इति सूत्रक्रमः. प्रथमसूत्रात् वृद्धिरादैच् इत्यतः वृद्धिः इति अनुवर्तते, अदेङ्गुणः इत्यत्र गुणः इति अनुवर्तते. अस्मिन् सूत्रेपि गुणवृद्धि इत्यस्ति. कः अर्थः अस्य चेत् गुणवृद्धि शब्दाभ्यां यत्र गुणवृद्धि विधीयेते तत्र इकः इति षष्ठ्यन्तं पदम् उपतिष्ठते इति सूत्रार्थः. उदाहरणं पश्यामश्चेत् स्पष्टं भविष्यति. मिदेर्गुणः इति एकं सूत्रमस्ति. मिदेः गुणः. कः अर्थः? इतः न पश्यन्तु. मिदेर्गुणः इत्युक्ते कः अर्थः? मिद् धातोः गुणः स्यात् इति सूत्रार्थः. इदानीं धातोः गुणः इति चेत् कस्य गुणः भवति इति प्रश्नः. In mid you have three letters. You have a makara, you have an ikara and you have a dakara. And you are saying replace mid with guna. Guna means you have three letters. You have a and o. The question is, which do you use to replace? Then what do you replace in mid? Do you take off the entire mid dhatu and put a guna letter in its place, or do you replace one of the letters with a guna? Is the question which will naturally arise. तदा किमुच्यते पाणिनिना? यत्र गुणवृद्धि शब्दाभ्यां गुणवृद्धि विधीयते. गुणः इति उक्त्वा अस्मिन् सूत्रे गुणं विदधाति पाणिनिः. तदा सूत्रार्थे इकः इति योजनीयं भवति. इकः इति षष्ठ्यन्तं पदम् उपतिष्ठते नाम सूत्रस्य अर्थे एतद्विना मिदेर्गुणः इति चेत् मिदधातोः गुणः स्यात् इति अर्थः। इदानीम् अनया परिभाषया इको गुणवृद्धि इति परिभाषया मध्ये इकः इति पदम् आगच्छति। कः अर्थः? मिदधातोः इकः गुणः स्यात्। मिदधातौ यः इग्वर्णः, इक् नाम प्रत्याहारः, इ उ ऋ लृ इति चत्वारः वर्णाः। मिदधातौ यः इग्वर्णः अस्ति तस्य गुणः भवति। कः इग्वर्णः? मु इ द इत्यत्र इकारः इक्, तस्य इकारस्य गुणः भवति। इकारस्य गुणः इत्युक्ते एकारः भवति, तेन मेद्यति इति रूपं सिद्ध्यति। So the question is, mider gunah is a vidhi sutra. Panini simply tells midadhatu gets guna. Now there is a question. Midadhatu gets guna means which? You have to replace mid with guna. Do you replace the whole dhatu with guna, or do you replace only one of the letters with guna? Is a question. Now there is an aniyama, that is, you don't have something to decide. You are in a doubt as to what to do. Which one should I replace? Panini says mider gunah. So I know that I should replace midadhatu with guna. But what do I replace? Do I take off the whole dhatu and put a guna in its place, or do I replace one of its letters? Is my question. Now this paribhasha comes to the rescue. It says when you are doing guna or vriddhi, that is when the sutra tells guna or vriddhi, then the guna or vriddhi will come only for the ik letter. So wherever you are saying you have guna or vriddhi and he is not indicating a particular thing to be replaced, then automatically in the sutra artha you add on a word called ikaha. You add a word called ikaha, which means you replace the ik letter of whatever is being told with the guna. So midadhatoh ikaha, the ik of mid will be replaced with guna. Now there is only one ik letter in mid, which is ikara. So the e will be replaced by guna, which is a. So you get medyati. Similarly, when you have vriddhi, there is a sutra which tells mrijer vriddhi. The same thing. Mrijadhatu gets vriddhi as a sutra. The question is which in the mrijadhatu? One second please, I'll answer the questions once I finish this. So mrijadhatohu vriddhi sya. So which letter in mrij should you replace with vriddhi when you have it out? This sutra tells ikaha. Replace the ik of mrij with vriddhi. Which is the ik of mrij? The rikara. I, U, R, L are the ik letters. So mrij वृद्धिः भवति। वृद्धिस्य यत्र गुणः अथवा वृद्धिः इति सूत्रे अस्ति तत्र इकः इति षष्ठ्यन्तं पदं भवति इति सूत्रार्थः। इग्वर्णस्यैव गुणः वा वृद्धिः वा भवति इति सूत्रार्थः। I think we have a couple of questions which I'll try to answer. So sorry, there is a typing error. Priya is asking in this, when I have mider gunaha, mid yati and med, it should be ya. I'll correct it. Medyati is ya. Now Julia has a question which is interesting. She asks, guna are 3 letters. I say the e will be replaced with a guna and I replace with a. But guna means either a or o. So how do I know which one to use is the question. Why should I replace it with only a? Why not replace it with a or with o? Question, which will again be answered by another paribhasha. Here again you have a doubt. You have guna and you have 3 choices, a, and o. So which will you use? If you ask, there is another paribhasha which will answer it. So we'll see when we meet that paribhasha. Okay. कः अर्थः यत्र गुणवृद्धिः विधीयते सूत्रे गुणः इति वा वृद्धिः इति वा उच्यते चेत् तत्र इकः इति पदं योज्यते इति सूत्रार्थः। इदानीं किमर्थम् एवम् उच्यते? द सूत्रार्थ इस् वेरी स्पेसिफिक. इट टेल्स गुणवृद्धि शब्दाभ्यां यत्र गुणवृद्धिः विधीयते. इट मीन्स व्हेन द सूत्रकार uses the word guna or the word vriddhi to indicate guna or vriddhi, then only this paribhasha applies. What does it mean? you have a sutra called Tyadadinamaha. Tyadadinamaha iti sutram asti. Kimuchyate? Tyadadinam. Tyadadihi iti kashchana ganah. Tasmin gane ye shabdaah patitaah tesham akarah adeshah bhavati. Tyadadinam akarah adeshah. Idanim akarah api gunah. Tasya gunasamya asti. Kintu gunaha ityuktva idam sutram na pranitam. Panini is directly saying replace with akara. He is not saying replace with guna. If he had said Tyadadinam gunaha, then it would have been for the ikvarana of the sthani. But he directly says akara. Even though akara is guna, in the sutra there is no word called guna. So since there is no guna, this paribhasha, ikoguna vritti, does not apply here. So you replace the end letter with the akara and not the ik. Right? So why the end letter? You will meet this paribhasha again. Alontyasya is a paribhasha. By default, if it is a replacement, it will be for the last letter. Right? So by default, it will be for the last letter. But since this sutra does not mention guna, iko guna vritti does not apply here. You do not get ikaha. If it had applied, you would have had to replace ikara with akara, not the makara. Right? So the sutra tells guna vriddhi shabdabhyam yatra guna vriddhi vidhiyate. Gunaha bhavati, vriddhihi bhavati iti tabhyam shabdabhyam yatra gunaha va vriddhihi va vidhiyate. Tatraiva iyam paribhasha pravartate. Tatra kim bhavati? Ikaha iti padam sutrarthe yojaniyam bhavati. Yasya uktam tasya ikaha गुणः वा वृद्धिः वा भवति. एवमेव दिव औट् इत्यस्ति. दिव इति शब्दस्य औकारः आदेशः स्यात्. इदानीम् औकारस्य वृद्धिः इति संज्ञा अस्ति वृद्धिरादैच् इति सूत्रेण. किन्तु सूत्रे दिवः वृद्धिः इति न उक्तम्. दिवः औट् इति औकारः विहितः. तस्मात् औकारादेशः अन्त्यस्यैव भवति. Vakarasya aukaradeshah bhavati na tu ikarasya. Right? So iko guna vriddhi is very specific. It tells only when there is a doubt. Okay? Only when the sutra specifies guna or vriddhi, uses those words guna or vriddhi, then you apply this paribhasha and everywhere you add one ikaha to the meaning. To the sutra artha you add ikaha. Mrija vriddhi means mrijehe ikaha vriddhi syat. Whatever is the ik letter in mrij will get vriddhi. Midair gunaha means whatever is the ik letter in mid that will get guna. Right? So that is about iko guna vriddhi. Now similar sutra is achascha. Achaha cha ityata padatayam asti. Ukalo hrasva dirgha plutah iti sutreణ ach iti hrasva dirgha plutah iti cha anuvartate. Kaha arthah sutrasya? ह्रस्व दीर्घ प्लुत शब्दाभ्याम यत्र अज् विधीयते तत्र अचः इति षष्ठ्यन्तं पदम् उपतिष्ठते. Just like in previous you said if it is guna it is always for an ig letter. If it is vriddhi it is always for an ik letter. Here it says if it is hrasva dirgha or pluta it is only for the ach. So yatra hrasva dirgha pluta shabdabhyam ach vidhiyate तत्र अचः इति षष्ठ्यन्तं पदम् उपतिष्ठते. शमाम् अष्टानां दीर्घः श्यनि इति सूत्रम् अस्ति. शमाम् अष्टानां शम धातोः आरभ्य अष्टधातवः सन्ति. तेषां धातूनां दीर्घः स्यात् इति सूत्रार्थः. शम यति इत्यस्ति. इदानीं दीर्घः करणीयः. कस्य दीर्घः क्रियते इति चेत् अनया परिभाषया मध्ये अचः इति षष्ठ्यन्तं पदम् आगच्छति. कः अर्थः? शमधातोः यः अच् शमधातौ यः अज्वर्णः अस्ति तस्य दीर्घः भवति. शम इत्यत्र शकार अकार मकाराः सन्ति. एकः एव अज् विद्यते अकारः तस्य दीर्घः भवति शाम्यति इति रूपं सिद्ध्यति. एवमेव ह्रस्वः इति उच्यते चेत् अचः ह्रस्वः भवति. प्लुतः इति उच्यते चेत् अचः प्लुतः भवति इति सूत्रार्थः भवति. अत्रापि तथैव यत्र ह्रस्वः दीर्घः प्लुतः इति विधीयते तत्रैव इयं परिभाषा प्रवर्तते. अष्टनः आविभक्तौ इति सूत्रमस्ति. अष्टन् शब्दस्य आकारः आदेशः भवति. कुत्र भवेत्? अष्टन् औ इत्यस्ति. इदानीम् आकारः कस्य भवति? तत्र दीर्घः इति नोक्तम् अष्टनः दीर्घः इति नोक्तं पाणिनिना अष्टनः आकारः भवति तस्मात् अन्त्यस्य वर्णस्य नकारस्य आकारः आदेशः भवति since this sutra ashtana avibhaktau does not use the word hrasva or dirgha or pluta you will not apply this paribhasha here so this paribhasha will be applied only when the sutra specifies hrasva dirgha or pluta similarly the previous eko guna vriddhi will apply only when the sutra specifies guna or vriddhi right when these are specified in the sutrartha you have to add one word. That is, if it is eko guna vriddhi, if it is gunaha, you add the word called ikaha. If it is vriddhi, you add the word called ikaha in the sutrartha. If it is rasva, dirgha or pluta, you add the word achaha in the sutrartha, which will mean that the rasva or dirgha or pluta will be for the ach, will be for the swara in whatever you are telling, right? Hopefully this is clear. Is there a question?
Swameji, yeah, achaha iti षष्ठीभक्तिन्दम् अनन्तरम् इकः इति षष्ट्यन्तम् इति भवति उक्तवती किल किं नाम एतत्
षष्ठ्यन्तम् इत्यस्य इति किमर्थम् इति अग्रे वक्ष्यते यतोहि षष्ठीविभक्त्याः कश्चन अर्थः अस्ति षष्ठीविभक्तिः नाम तस्य स्थाने इति अर्थः षष्ठी always means in its place so when you are adding the षष्ठ्यन्ta it will mean that ikaha sthane you will replace the ik letter with whatever the guna or vriddhi is what that is why he says षष्ठ्यन्ta we'll see this paribhasha again what is the meaning of षष्ठी okay but it just means you add that ikaha in the sutrartha. Any other questions? कोऽपि प्रश्नः अस्ति चेत् पृच्छताम् सूत्रद्वयमेव अद्य कृतम् अग्रिमकक्ष्यातः अधिकं कुर्मः okay no questions okay so we'll continue the paribhasha prakarana on Friday right Venkataraman Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hello. Ha. Vadatu.
This is Venkataraman.
Ha. Tell me.
This is the first class for me. For the previous class, is there any document or recorded video that recorded audio that you have put?
Yes, we have both the audio and the notes. We have everything which is there on the website. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Okay. Okay. I'll take it up. Thank you. Yeah.
I'll send you the link
Thank
if
you.
you want. Okay. Anybody else? Any questions? If not, we'll stop and we'll continue on Friday, same time. In the meantime, try to complete that document with the samya, samyi, etc. So it's just for clarity. I mean, I'm not forcing anybody to do the assignment, but you'll get lots of concepts clearer when you sit down to work with it. That's all. Yena akshara samam nayam adhigamya maheshwarat kritsnam vyakaranam proktam tasmai paninaye namaha vakyakaram vararuchim bhashyakaram patanjalim पाणिनिं सूत्रकारञ्च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीन्यं विरच्यते